Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Hope you guys' Monday went well. I look like who did it and why. I'm getting ready to go get my Mediport done, flushed, and then get those one more set of labs. So I'm leaving kind of early because I have to stop by and get registered. So currently I'm putting my numbing cream on my Mediport site. If you guys have been following me for a while, you've seen me do this plenty of times, but for the new people. So there is a lidocaine, prolicaine. It's like 2 of them in one that numbs the site, so when they put the needle in your chest, you don't feel it. So I'll always put it on like 30 minutes before to let it sit. Since I'm going early, my appointment's at 10, it's 9:11, so by the time I get there I may have to reapply a little bit, because sometimes sometimes they're never just like, oh, you're here, let me go ahead and get your stuff. They never do that ever. So that's why I'm going to get the tubes, because it's a complicated lab. One of the ones the dermatologist did the day that I went in December and got all of that blood work done. It was that one had to be fasting, even though the dermatologist was like, he never knew anything that had to be fasting. But I had to go back. But of course, with me not feeling good in December and we were traveling a lot in the holiday, it just didn't work out. So I'm finally getting it done. Well, I had to get it done because I have to, with your Mediport, you have to get your Mediport flushed every 4 weeks or once a month, however you want to look at it, so it doesn't clot off or anything like that. And I don't know who I need to talk to as far as, can I do this at home just to flush it? I don't know, to be honest, because it's not like, I see a lot of people that have autoimmune or chronic illness that has Mediports that just do whatever you want to do. These people, I promise you, they don't pay attention at this stop sign for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, there are a lot of people that I watch that have Mediports that they flush it themselves. They're able to hook themselves up for their antibiotics and all kinds of treatment. But when I called about my Benlysta, when I was on it, they said that because I had Medicare, I had to go to the hospital. Which, I mean, I said, okay, that's, I guess, the difference. Because I guess the average person on Medicare may be elderly and really don't understand that. But I'm like, I'm not elderly. Just happen to get sick and on disability. So I don't know who that is. Sorry guys. I saw an appliance person and I thought it was going to our house, but Michael was asleep, so I was trying to call him. But then I called the company because they were supposed to let us know how much it was going to cost for the dryer to be fixed, and nobody ever called us. And I just assumed, okay, yesterday was a holiday, maybe they were closed. And the guy was like, we can't service it, we only service extended warranties. I was like, well, why would Samsung schedule me with you if you could not do it? And the thing is, we purchased extended warranties through Lowe's, but they can't find the receipt. And we purchased the washer in 2016, dryer in 2017. I normally keep the receipts in our file cabinet, and I only have the one for the washer, but I don't have the one for the dryer. But I'm like, you clearly show that you guys have been to our house 4 freaking times, so why is it an issue? Like, I'm so over it because we need our freaking dryer. And today we're probably going to just have to go to the dryer or the washer or whatever, the laundromat, to get this stuff done. So I'm just, y'all, trying to pray. Like, I'm just not feeling it today at all. Like, at all. I'm aggravated. I don't really feel the best as far as like my stomach is concerned. Yeah, my back hurts. It always hurts. It's cold. It's gonna hurt, and it's raining. So that's not what I'm, I don't know. Whatever that one me throwing up yesterday, like, I just haven't felt right. I did that Finnegan, which I did that clip. Hopefully it'll come out. I'm trying to figure out this GoPro and getting it onto my camera. Like, sometimes it'll do it, and then I can't remember, of course, like how the heck I did it the first time. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I had to get up at like 1 something because I thought I was going to be sick again. But it went away, but my stomach has been like cramping like really, really bad, and I'm not sure what that is. So I'm just trying to push through and do what I gotta do. It's just a lot right now, and I'm just tired. I'm sleepy. Even like, I even went to bed like early. Like, that's not like us. We're night owls as far as staying up late, because I guess because we get up late. So it was definitely like, I don't know, I think it was like 11:30 midnight maybe, and I had laid down. I was about to edit a video and I just fell asleep. My husband's like, why don't you turn the TV off? I was like, I wasn't even watching it, of course, if I'm asleep. But he didn't know I was asleep. He just thought I had my back turned and I was on my phone. So yeah. Oh, Lordy mercy. I'm ready to eat. Now that I'm up and moving, I want food, and I can't eat anything, and I have to go by our attorneys to do some stuff, and I'm just over it. So let me put some music on, and I have to figure out what we're going to do when it comes to this dryer. Like, one lady, I talked to her prices are reasonable, but they couldn't come out until next week because they've been closed for like, I guess, a week or two for vacation. So all right, bye. So guys, I'm done finally. It's like 10:40, so I'm kind of like perturbed that it took them so long. Then I had to get stuck twice. Cause I always, like, this one nurse, she's always like nervous, and she got it the last time, but she was straight in my boob, and then my numbing cream wore off because they didn't start sticking me until 10:30. So I couldn't reapply because they've already wiped it down and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of aggravated, to say the least. And then it's like I had to register, go by the lab, pick up the tube, take it to infusion, get stuck twice, then take the blood back to the lab for them to order it in the system. Whereas before, they ordered it and then gave me the tubes, and I could just, after I left infusion, I could be done. But lazy people. So I'm just not, yeah. And I'm still aggravated about the dryer situation. Now I have to go to the attorney's office, drop this stuff off. It's freaking cold, and I'm just aggravated. So I'm hungry. Maybe that's part of it. And I may just go and get like a plain biscuit or something from, well, it's lunchtime. So that defeats breakfast. So I don't know what I'll do, to be honest, at this point. So I just wanted to come on and tell you guys that I was done. Hey guys, so I'm back out with the hubby. We just went to the post office, or I'm sorry, we're at the post office, and we went to the pharmacy because I had a script that's been there for a while, and I'm sorry guys, like my scalp, having scratching. We will be going to the bank next, and then I'm gonna drop him off at practice, which is right by the house. And I'm gonna go get my medical marijuana. I told him I wish he would have got up this morning and went, so we could have done all this while I was out already, but he was tired, so I didn't argue or anything. So that's what we're doing right now. So he's checking the P.O. box. I'm just really tired. Kind of cranky because I'm hurting and I've been out of my relief for almost a week. So I'm excited to finally go get it to rebuild back up in my system. So that's the game plan. Say hi.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
So I'll come back in a little bit. Guys, so I'm back home. I did get to go into the dispensary. Got cute little bags. They used to just have little white bags with nothing in them. So I chose a new product today. I went with the Pure strand, the Pure oil, and this is the Granddaddy Purple. So the THC in this one is 395.4 milligrams and 11.3 milligrams of CBD. As you guys know, the THC in the relief strengths was like 23, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tolerate 395.4 milligrams. But I told the guy, like, when I'm having like severe pain days, that the relief strength is just not cutting it. And of course I could use the tincture oil, but then that cuts into my night supply, and sometimes it gets to the point to where I just didn't, I did the tincture oil a couple times when I was hurting like severely bad. So what I told him is, the tincture oil, I normally just use it when I sleep. So he said that when I use this, I will not have to use the tincture oil anymore, because this will knock me on my butt, pretty much is what he said. So this one's different because it's a rechargeable pen. And here's the charger. I just took it off. You have to plug it into an actual phone charger port, not your computer. So this screws on the top, I think. I don't even know. I have a paper because it screws on somewhere. And the inside of the bottle that they give you, start low, go slow, take recommended by physicians. Can't really smell it, just because it's the inside of the cartridge. So I have to figure out how it connects to this, but it's rechargeable, and I'm kind of like, where does it recharge itself? But that's what happens when you still have to read instructions. So I just wanted to show you guys what this one was about. It came with they said I could use it 3 times a day, but I doubt it that I would have to. Oh, here's a diagram. Okay, so that's the diagram of what it looks like. So it looks like, I don't even know. This is like the actual port. So I guess it goes on like that in some kind of way. The other thing, do not charge pen battery longer than 2 hours. So I guess I just need to look at it first and see how this works and how it recharges. Or maybe I'm supposed to recharge like this, like screwing it on and letting it charge. Duh, I just had this in the thing, y'all. I ain't know. All this is new to me. Jesus. You almost just, it's crazy. So I will be trying this out and letting you guys know how it works. So I guess you just put it on and off when it's time to charge, and then it'll stay charged. Okay, yeah. So it screws on like that. Then I need to plug this into the wall phone charger to charge no more than for 2 hours, and then I guess it'll last for however long it lasts. But pretty much the guy said I have to, the little button here, click it 5 times, which I don't understand. That turns it on after 5 times, and then when I get ready to inhale, I press and hold and then inhale. And apparently on the actual cartridge there is an adjustable mouthpiece. So he said that the smaller it's closed, the stronger it is. But if I open it wide all the way, it won't be as strong and harsh on me. So that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna go put this on the charger while I'm talking to you guys. Hope this footage isn't upside down because I'm using my kickstand. But that would make sense. I was like, well, how does that do? That's what happens when you don't read the full instructions and you think you know what the heck you're doing, but you really don't. So I'm going to put this on the charger. So I just have like an extra charger. Oh. So it was all the way dead, so it just went on red. The guy said that when it's done and it's fully charged, it'll turn to green. So we'll see how that works. He said he uses it. That's one thing about it. The people that work for these dispensaries all use the products, so they can better tell you. I mean, I guess because the one girl had lupus. I saw her today, but I didn't get to use her as my rep today. But they can truly tell you like, hey, this works, this doesn't work, or whatever. So I'm gonna see how this is, because this is pretty strong at 394 milligrams, so I'm kind of scared. But I'm just trying to do all the products, not all, but most of the products that they have when it comes to the vape and the tincture oil, just to see what works best for me. So I know how to better tell the doctor when I go back, like, hey, let me try the patch now, or hey, I don't think this works, or I don't like how this makes me feel. So that's why I'm trying this. And so my total was $72.25 because I got a discount of $12.75. Because the pen base is like $25, and then the cartridge refill is $60. And online I thought it was like $25, but then I think he gave me like the biggest dose with this thing, because on the paper it said it started at $20 for like a 10-day supply. So I'm not sure why it costs that much. So I'm going to look it up on their website and find out, because that will probably last me for half a freaking year, because he said you can use it up to 9 times a day. How can anyone function with that many milligrams of this stuff 9 times a day? I guess there are people that are truly, you know, I'm not saying that you couldn't, because if you're like on hospice or something like that and you're in, you know, severe pain, of course you could use it that way. But no, I'll use it once, and it's probably right before I get ready to go to bed. So I told Michael that I may go back and get just my Soothe, but I still have some for during the day or whatever. Or if there's a step above Soothe that helps with muscle spasms, I think it is, but I'm not really sure. So we'll see how this works out, and I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, so I know I said that because the card says, but it's 300, trying to let it focus, whatever, 395.4 milligrams per cartridge, but on the box, so it says 79.1%, 22.3% of CBD. But it says the average dose for this product is 7 milligrams 2 times a day. I don't know what all this means, because in here it says the average, it's like an average, you get 210 dosages out of this thing, based on 3-second draws. Each 3-second draw contains an average of 2.0 milligrams of active product. I don't know what that means. So when I do my next survey, they need to be more specific on how much do you get per draw, or explain it to me better than like what this is, because it's like I was like, when I called my doctor and said, hey, can you increase my milligrams from 20 milligrams up, he was like, well, you can get up to 200 or something milligrams, and I was like, huh? And so it's confusing, because when they write my ticket up, they said that I was subtracting 300 and something milligrams from my prescription, but I don't know how much you get per like actual milligrams. So it definitely takes some time to get used to it, guys, but it is worth it for you to try the medical marijuana if you are a candidate for it in your state. And he explained that like I could do the call ahead and get my, tell them what I want, and that way I don't have to wait. But today I was only in there not even a good whole 10 minutes because they weren't busy. And as soon as he showed me the product, and then he went in the back and they filled it. So that's a good thing. And if I'm ever just not feeling good or not wanting to get out the house, I can always do a home delivery, and they do that for free. But the other dispensary, I believe they charge you. I don't know if I'll ever go to the other dispensary because their prices are like ridiculously expensive. If I go, it'll be like the first time where you get a discount. But that would be my only way of actually going. Sorry, they're talking about Medicaid in our area and all these changes they're making, and it's like aggravating because the doctor that I used to work for that I'm really good friends with, he was Easter's doctor and he was Michael's doctor before he started going to the VA. He texted me last night to say that he sold his practice. Originally he was going to merge his practice with one of the hospital practices. And he said he backed out and decided not to do it, but he sold his practice to this company called VIP Care or something. So he will only be treating Medicare and Medicare Advantage patients and people that are 65 and older. So therefore we have to find Easter a new primary care doctor. Not happy about it because it was so convenient to have someone that you already know text, hey, she's not feeling good, or we do the video conference. It was so convenient. So I'm not even sure what doctors in our area take Medicaid. I don't even know what type of Medicaid she has because she's been on it since birth. I don't know. So they were saying that this new place will be able to help people, find doctors, transportations, and tell you who's taking it because there's only 3 other providers. And that's the bad thing about people that have Medicaid are, of course, the ones that are disabled in poverty areas that, their income is not the best, mostly a whole bunch of kids. But I'm like, she's been on Medicaid since birth. So she has no other option when it comes to, healthcare or whatever. And with everything, with all this government shutdowns, the program that pays us to take care of her, pays my husband to take care of her, could be on the line. And you just like, what are we supposed to do? And I was just thinking, like, I remember we were stuck out of town. We were in Virginia seeing Little Mike. And I always tell my husband, take the freaking bottles. Take the whole bottles. No, he just packed them in the little medicine thing. And we were stuck there for an extra, 3 freaking days. And we had to call his best friend to go to the pharmacy to get the script and have it overnighted. Because they wouldn't transfer her prescription to Virginia because she had Florida Medicaid. If she would have had a different insurance, they would have transferred it, no problem. So that was like $100 that they had to pay to overnight it. And once before, when she was using CVS, they used to always get her script so screwed up. And so they was saying, oh, well, we don't have it, it's not in stock, so we have to wait, and they didn't have any loaners or something with Medicaid was acting up. And one time they said it was $1,500 for a month's supply. Who has $1,500? Like, who? Not me, not us. So I just pray that they open this government, because they're talking about people that are there's disability, Medicare, Medicaid people might suffer because they might want to do all these cuts. And I'm like, you know what? It just irritates me because the government, I'm not big into don't come for me into politics or whatever. I follow it. I exercise my right to vote, but I never really put it on my channel. But this affects the chronic illness community because a lot of people that can't work are getting Medicaid or cost to share Medicaid, or you just got your disability and you still have to wait 2 years before you can get Medicare. So people need to really pay attention and vote and learn what politicians you're putting in office, because best believe they get a check for the rest of their lives, and they check is real pretty. So if they were to say we're not getting paid for 3-4 months, I'm pretty sure they'll be just doggone fine. But it's people like me and you that depend on our disability checks and Medicare insurance or Medicaid insurance. So it's just lots of praying that they figure this crap out and quit being whatever, because they're not thinking about the American people. They're just thinking about themselves and building a stupid wall, which, that doesn't help these people. So I told you with the food stamp situation. So people, if I gave them food stamps, they should have probably gotten 2 for the month of January, because nobody's getting them for February. I don't know if that's nationwide or if that's just Florida, but I'm pretty sure it's nationwide. So that is kind of sad and kind of scary because you're balancing that. Okay, yeah, you can budget and say I'm not going to go over this much, so I know next month I'll need that and whatever. But what happens with March? They said they can't tell us for March. They don't know. I guess there's no reserve if it extends longer to help with March. So that's dire needs. It wouldn't affect us. Like, I'm not saying it is a blessing that we don't have to spend that kind of money. But if hers doesn't come, that doesn't stop us from going to the grocery store. But that will stop a lot of people from going to the grocery store to get the necessities that they need to survive from month to month. See if we can figure this out together. It comes with a little, I don't know what I just did with it, seal thing. How did I just lose it? Like a little cover. So I guess that can go back on like when I'm not using it. Yeah. So this, oops, trying to find where the camera is at. You can see the little screw. So it just goes on like that. And I'll still probably keep it upright in the what do you call it, my little jar that I keep my other ones in. Let's go outside. My husband knows what I'm doing. I know it said press 5 times to turn it on, press and hold for it to heat up, and you inhale. Babe, I'm finna go use this.
What?
I'm finna use the new one. So I know he said if I open it all the way, then it won't be as strong. So let me see. Oh, you can see the little. I don't think you can see it, but when you do it like this, it's like all the way open, and then when I twist it back, it closes. So I'm assuming if I have it all the way closed, but he said to do it all the way open. So that's what I'm assuming, that this is all the way open. It says the higher the airflow allows decreased amounts of oil needed because it remains on the coils. I don't know, y'all. We finna go see Lord Jesus. A lot more smoke. Then I have to keep it on the charger. So press and hold. I don't know why I didn't wanna. So just turned it off. You can actually feel that it's warm. As it's warming up. So I think what I'm gonna do is charge it in the morning, because I thought it was charged, because it says don't leave it on the charger more than I'm gonna mess this up. Don't leave it on the charger more than 2 hours, and that's what I did. So I don't know if I had to reset or whatever. Don't get me to line, y'all. I don't know. only at night. So we'll see. Taste. It doesn't really have a taste in my opinion. Like, I think the first time I started using the vape pens, you could taste it, but the oil is the only thing that really has a taste. Like, you can, I'm putting this in my mouth because you can, it's something, but it's not like a distinct taste. I don't know, if something called Granddaddy Purple, you think maybe it would just taste like grape or something. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the morning, Lord's will. Be blessed. So guys, I want to pop back on. It's an hour later. I'm sleepy, but not to the point of falling asleep. You can see my eyes, they were red before, because I'm just like so tired and like achy. So I'm trying to give it about 10-15 more minutes, and I'll probably do 2 more inhalations because I really don't think I got a deep enough inhalation. Because you're supposed to hold it for like at least 3 seconds, and I think I was afraid. So yeah, we'll see what I feel like in about 15 minutes.